Hey, how's it going? Welcome to a review of Horace and Pete on Short TV Gamer. Wow, I just finished Horace and Pete, and it was one of the coolest shows I've ever watched my whole life. I really enjoyed it. It's best described as Louis C.K. described it, which was it's the show Cheers, but what it would actually be like between 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. The show takes place with these two characters, Horace and Pete, Louis C.K., and that guy from, I think it's the same guy from Andy Griffith. I'm not entirely sure. I'm sorry, I'm not really good at these reviews, but I will say that I was so into this show from beginning to end, and I couldn't stop watching this. And I am so picky when it comes to shows, especially to binge on a show. It has to be pretty fucking good. And throughout the entire show, I was just sunk into the characters and the way that it was shot. And there's a lot of stories in this. It feels like a video game where every character in the show has a backstory, has future plans in their life. They have likes and dislikes and beliefs. Everybody was so fleshed out that I couldn't believe I haven't watched it since 2000. I think it came out in 2015 or 2016. And when the show first came out, it was kind of weird. I heard about it, I think through Joe Rogan. I'm not entirely sure, but I heard that Louis came out with the show on his own website, louisck.com, I believe. And Louis said that he's just going to put it on his own thing. It wasn't going to be on Netflix or Hulu or Amazon. It was just going to be on its own website where you would pay $4 or $3, I forget how much, for each episode. And the kicker was that the first episode starts so well that when I watched it, when I first heard about it back in the 2016, I was like, there's no way this can get any better. There's no way I'm going to be able to enjoy the show even more, because how can you start on such a high note? And dude, I'm telling you, it is not a happy show by any means. It's very this is the way it is for these characters. It's hard, it's rough. And I could relate to it because my life, I don't know about yours, but my life has been rocky all my life. I could relate to these characters. So if that's what you know, going into the show feels so natural. And there's so many quotes in the show that just speak volumes. Louis directed this in such a way where it's it's not for you, it's not for me, it's just what he made for himself, and if we watch it and like it, good. That's what it felt like. At least it felt like this, Louis C.K. was like, I'm gonna make something, if people want to watch it, here it is, it's on my website, but I'm gonna spend my money the way I want, and I'm gonna tell a story the way I want, so fuck you if you're gonna ask me. I remember him saying something like, a person asked him if he could get a sample, the first episode or the whole season or something like that, to make sure that he likes it before he spends money on it. And I remember Louis C.K. was like, I think he said, fuck you. This isn't for people that are bored. This is, I guess I was bored when I decided to watch it. I found it on Hulu because my friend gave me his Hulu account, and he was like, go watch something, enjoy yourself. Shout out to James Lawrence, what's up, bro? And I sat down and I watched the whole show because I found out, I remembered, wait, Louis came out with a whole show. I forgot. I bought the first episode and then I wanted to see more, but I never got around to it because I didn't have money. Well, during this lockdown, I was able to like lay down in my bed and just like turn on the TV and watch it, and I didn't do fucking anything. That's what I want you to do. If you're gonna watch the show, I want you to do me a favor. Do not look at your phone. Don't go browsing on 4chan or Reddit or whatever you do on your phone. Like, plug it in, charge it for once, leave it alone for one fucking day. Just sit down, watch Horace and Pete from beginning to end. And I'm telling you again, it's not like a feel-good show. It has moments where like it makes you feel good, but in the end, it's a show where these people are living their lives. Horace and Pete are trying to keep this tradition about this bar that's been up for over 100 years. They're trying to keep up with the family tradition, and Horace and Pete, they are in it and they're not in it. You know, like they care, but they don't care. You know, a lot of the things that these characters come up with, like things that they run into, are things like do I want to do this for the rest of my life? Is this something that is actually gonna make me happy? Can I do anything else? I mean, you have so many situations where Pete, for example, he has mental illness. He struggles with, I guess, like schizophrenia almost. He just sees, and I quote, like, you know, the ground with teeth that's trying to bite him, and he sees giant snakes. And sometimes life gets so crazy at the bar for him that he can't tell if the person that's speaking, that's freaking out at the bar, is real or not. Like, that's just one thing about, and that's just Pete, and Pete has so much more. They're both in their 50s, Horace and Pete are both in their 50s, you know, and they've lived their life where, you know, it's not like fantastic life, it's never led anywhere crazy. They kind of just went with what they know, and now that they hit 50, they're questioning a bunch of shit. They're questioning, do I really want to do this for the rest of my life? Am I doing this for me? Am I doing this for the tradition? Am I doing this because my family tells me to? Do I do it because I'm happy, or do it because it's what I know? It's all I know. And these characters end up, like, the ending to the show. Let me talk about the ending. I'm not gonna spoil it, but the ending was like perfect. It was just perfect. It just made sense. You know, I've been listening to Louis for so many years, and it feels good to have, like, I finally have something that also expresses Louis C.K. in a different way. And again, these characters are so fleshed out that, like, when it ends, it just, like, you almost go, like, I'm not kidding, you go from happy, you go, oh, thank God, to that makes sense. And like 20 in between, like maybe it was like 10 to 20 seconds in the end, you were like, oh my heart, oh my God, yes. And then all of a sudden something happens, and then you're like, okay, no, that makes sense, yeah, that makes sense. It's how it should have ended anyway. And then it just, there are times where I'm trying to think of that one scene. What was it? Oh, okay, so Pete, I already explained that Pete's sick, right? So he's going through this thing. He's been hospitalized for so long. I think he was hospitalized for 5 or 10 years, I forget. And it felt like forever for him. And without spoiling it, he comes in his path, life hits him. And it just hits him hard. And somebody with mental illness that has struggled with mental illness, when that scene popped up, you know, if you saw it, I think it was like episode 6 or something like that, maybe episode 7, I'm not entirely sure. When life hits Pete right in the face, I felt it, and I literally wanted to pause the show and just say, you know what, I'm good. I'm gonna head out, guys. I'm done. Like, it hit me on a personal level. Like, I'm telling you, dude, I have never felt like I wanted to cry in a show. my whole fucking life. There's not been one fucking show that has made me go to that type of mindset where I'm just like, fuck, that's life, man. That's life. And I felt it. There are so many moments in the show that just get me. And like, I want to know what they feel. Like each character. It's not just about Horace, it's not just about Pete, it's whoever goes to this bar. And it's about generation after generation of what happened, the history that Horace and Pete have, and what their family has been through, and what their kids have been through, and what they as kids have been through. Like, it's about everybody. Everybody has moments. Notice as I say, not a moment. Everybody has moments where they just, it's not like your typical show, you know, where like it takes place in this place, and it you know, I don't want you to get the wrong idea. Yeah, it's like a realistic version of Cheers, but like well done. Like these characters will be there at the end too. They will be in the middle. They will be coming in and out. Like these characters aren't just gonna like take up time for the show. They actually, like, you listen, and it's almost, you know what I was thinking? It was a lot like a podcast. Like, these characters have so much to say, and they talk about some hard-hitting things, dude. I mean, they talk about Trump, Hillary, they talk about the Matrix, they talk about, like, that from like, political stuff, to, like, relationship stuff, to, like, boy stuff, girl stuff, gay stuff, race stuff, I mean, transgender stuff. I mean, literally, like, it's just, it's like interviews or podcasts. Like, it's like being on Joe Rogan and hearing two people discuss about something that they're very fucking passionate about. And it's always new, it's always different. There's never a conversation that's like, okay. Like, there was this one part in the show where Pete, I think it was actually Horace, who Louis C.K. plays as. Horace sits down with a character for like 30 fucking minutes or something like that. Like, straight up, like, I think it was a whole episode, I'm not entirely sure. He sits with his ex-wife for 30 fucking minutes. And it just fucking, like, felt so real. At first I was like, okay, alright, is there a point to this conversation? And there was. And you learn about Horace when you were like, at first you were like, oh my god, who's this person? And you find out who she is. She's his ex-wife, and you start talking about like his history, his mistakes, what he did wrong to her, stuff like that. For 30 minutes at a table, nothing happened. Like it was just a whole fucking scene. And it was like, straight up, dude, it was like fucking, that episode will always stick out to me. Like, each episode is just fucking awesome. So I'll give this show a 10 out of fucking 10. I cannot recommend this show enough. It's on Hulu now. Please go check it out. I swear to God, you're not going to be wasting your time. I fucking love this show. Will I watch it again? Yes. If I could buy a physical DVD collection of this show, I would fucking buy it twice, okay? It is fucking amazing. It's not stupid. It's not gonna fucking, like, waste your time. It is fucking art. And when the show finally wraps up, stay after the credits, because Louis and everybody that was involved in this show, that was part of it, ends up doing a round of applause. They, like, bow down, and it felt like the best fucking, like, Broadway show, fucking stand-up show, fucking, like, just, it was like the best play that has ever been made, and it was shot so well. There is a moment where Pete, with his mental illness, he is like inside his mind, trying to figure out where he is in reality. And it just fucking, that's when it hit me. This is like, well, to be honest, it hit me on the first episode where I was like, this show is something that will never happen again. Will never happen again. This is fucking amazing. Horace and Pete, 10 out of 10. Anyway, if you liked the video, don't forget to hit like, leave a comment, let me know if you've seen this show, what you think of it. If I helped you, motivate you to go see it, let me know. I love you guys so much. I'm Sir TV Gamer, and I am done. I'm gonna go watch it again, probably.